What's good, Wolves Den and my renegades? It's your boy LoccdWolf, and I'm back at it again with another reaction. And I'm bringing to you the first official release from my boy Ren Troubles. And he left a little something in the comments that I'm gonna read for you guys. Um, he says, "There's a really good chance we could chart with this one. This will be the first time in history a song about ME and Lyme disease would make the top 40, which would be huge for their awareness. Moments like this are pinch me moments, sorry, and make me feel good about keeping the promise to my younger self. That's because of all you guys, so thank you so much." Then he goes on to have a link about how to Peel the Troubles and the lyrics. And then he has a second comment that says, "May is Millions Missing Month, or ME Awareness Month. When I was first diagnosed with ME, the amount of support and understanding of the illness was very low. I was left to suffer with no real explanation as to why. I wasn't told at the time that this can be a byproduct of conditions like Lyme, POTS, or MCAS, reactivating viruses. I had to figure that out myself, and it took years of trial and error and treatments that often left me worse off until I was a functional human again. Over the decade later, and the landscape still looks very much the same. Sufferers all over the world," I'm pretty sure he meant R. That threw me off to seeing RE, "are left with debilitating, confusing symptoms and are left to drop off the face of the earth unnoticed because of the limited energy people have to advocate for themselves. People go from living fully active lives to trapped in bed, sometimes for decades for no reasons why. ME, a debilitating and cruel condition, receives less than 6 times the amount of annual funding than male pattern baldness. Nancy Kilmes, a professor of microbiology and immunology, once stated, 'My HIV patients, for the most part, are hale and hearty thanks to 3 decades of intense and excellent research and billions of dollars invested. Many of my ME/CFS patients, on the other hand, are terribly ill and unable to work or participate in the care of their families. I split my clinical time between the two illnesses, and I can tell you if I had to choose between the two illnesses in 2009, I would rather have HIV.' This was back in 2009, what you were saying. "I firsthand experienced the crushing defeat of having a condition that there is little to no support for, and it breaks my heart to know that every day people are dropping off the face of the earth, and in many instances will be left to suffer for years with no full explanation or support. I am one of the fortunate ones who managed to manage symptoms enough to resume a mostly functional life. I therefore see it as a duty to speak on behalf of people who find themselves in a position where it's difficult to speak for themselves. I wish I had more stories of hope at the time. Now I'm in a position where I can actively make a dent, even if a small one. I spent the last month putting together a detailed account of my story in hopes that it helps the people suffering feel less alone, gives them hope, and also hopefully raises awareness and rattles enough cages to highlight the severity of the illness to the point where more is done for it. The first installment will debut on my YouTube and Twitch channels tomorrow at 6:15 p.m. UK time and will continue every day until the release of my next track, Troubles, on 9th of May. I hope for the sake of us all, I'm actively fighting for their hardest to participate in life that offers some kind of help, because I know what it feels like to feel helpless. I love you, Ren." So obviously I got some homework to do. Um, I saw you guys saying he was detailing his life, and a lot of things music wise has been happening, but trust me, I'm going to get to Ren's chapters. Um, Ren has, in some way or shape, changed my life for the better through his music and through his story. And like he said, he feel like it's a duty. I feel like it's a duty as a reactor, who genuinely likes his music, like him as a human being, really, really genuinely vibe with and resonates with Rand, for me to help raise that awareness by reacting and showing his story for others not to be helpless. So those chapters will be coming. So until then, y'all, if you made it that far and me reading Ren's things, so we can kind of be caught up, it's video time. So I invite you guys to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't. But next up, we got Ren Troubles. Let's get right to it. From the age of 19 until 26, I spent most of my time in bed in physical and mental pain. I spent years bouncing from doctor to doctor searching for a way out with no luck. The more the time passed without answers, the more my body would deteriorate. By the time I was 25, I could barely stand and enter a stress-induced psychosis. Oh, wow. I was going to die. Big climb out. I wish I had more stories.
I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stop when I reach in. Memories are
I'm sorry, that first opening line, like, I don't reach back in the past because it's like reaching back and getting your hand stuck with shards of glass from the past and broken that was already deep right there. And the beat is very melodic and vibey, but it holds a lot of weight. Like, you can tell it holds the weight.
I don't reach into the past very much for these shards of shattered glass and harsh paper cuts. Leave me stop when I reach in. Memories are seeped in. Hydrochloric acid, I go to war and get passive and freeze up. Music help the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor.
Ooh, hold on.
When I reach in, memories are seeped in. Hydrochloric acid, I go to war and get passive and freeze up.
Hydrochloric acid. Believe me if I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Is that the acid that actually dissolves things? I could be wrong. I could be wrong on that part.
Memories are seeped in. Hydrochloric acid, I go to war and get passive and freeze up. Music help the ice to thaw. Put the chisel in the middle, swing the hammer of Thor. Pull it out of the impossible, Excalibur sword. Edging notepads full of reasons why my feelings are sore. The first day that I got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitten.
I got ejected from the cockpit of living. And that's kind of what he said. What was, I went from a fully active life to being ejected out of this life into something else. Something much more painful as far as what he had to go through.
Got sick, ejected from the cockpit of living. 19, young teen, waking up bitten. Posters up, manhunt, ran, went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. The first hit, baby, was the hardest. Waking in the body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit. Waking up in pain again, aching.
Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit. My brain's in the lion's den. My brain is trying to have that courage. I'm trying to stay hopeful. But like he just said, it's kind of hard having faith and hope when you feel like the gods aren't listening. But then his body feels like it's in the shark pit. But then the double with that, because for me, I hear lion, courage, and then shark, shark pit just being, ripped to shreds, his body deteriorating. But the double I feel like is the lion's den is for courage, but at the same time, his brain is being picked apart. Because, lions, they pick at when they eat. So for me, that's why I feel like he's like, I'm trying to have courage, but at the same time, I feel like my brain's being picked apart while my body is deteriorating. We need to get this out there, because already a minute in, the awareness he's bringing and the weight of emotion that he has, but just telling his story is what I feel like makes Ren different. That's why I call him a Renicorn. Makes him different. Very different in a good way. There's no one's doing him like Ren, in my opinion. Then right there, Ren went missing. He became a recluse. He went missing.
Posters up, manhunt, Ren went missing. Hard to have faith when the gods don't listen. The first hit, baby, was the hardest. Waking in the body that was buried like a carcass. Brain in the lion's den, body in the shark pit, waking up in pain again, aching, broken hearted. Persistent little blogger, I was bouncing from a doctor to a doctor to a doctor, like a table tennis game that has no end. So be the fate of Ren, every single question answered with a question on the end. The second year I came to terms with giving up my dreams. Mine was severed from the means to help me write these rhyme schemes. Brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing. Hard to remain sane with your brain combusting. And the third year
He said at the same time, with the fatigue in his brain and the pressure that he was getting, it was enabling him to put his pen to paper and relieve some of that pain. Music became his saving grace. That's what I got from that. Y'all let me know what y'all got from that in the comments below.
Giving up my dreams, mine was severed from the means to help me write these rhyme schemes. Brain was inflamed, the fatigue was crushing. Hard to remain sane with your brain combusting. And the third year was murder, living in a purgatory full of worry, wouldn't live to be 30. Lifestyle hurt me, always in my bed tomb. Rearranged the alphabet and all the letters spelled doom. Light hurt my eyes, popping pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24 I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25 and the
man, the realness in this.
Pills to survive. When you're 23 and mentally you steadily decline. 24 I was poor, disability benefits. What's the benefit of disability? It's irrelevant. 25 and the scars that were etched, they crack. Elastic bands only stretch so far and then snap. Deep in psychosis, hallucinations, troubled vision. This is from the underworld, we're conjuring my superstition. 25 living back at home with my mom, but not because I'm a bum, alone and physically done. So thin, so frail, so weak I'd become. And my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun. One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in the Holocaust, you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Fact.
Like, it's just many emotions. You want to vibe out. It's the beat, his cadence, his flow. You want to vibe out, but then you're listening to the lyrics and you're just paying attention to all his trials and tribulations, the pains, the pleasures, the thoughts. It's intriguing and mesmerizing just for the simple fact of the bravery, the sheer bravery that Ren has to share this with us. And at the same time, sharing it because he wants to give that hope to others. Because like he said, he wished he had stories of hope when he was going through it. And that to me just means more than music, the message, the humility behind it, the realness, but then using your platform to reach those people so you can make sure they're not alone. Then that's when it kicks into, it's more than music with the music, but you love the music. We love what we're getting. But we love even more the message and the meaning behind it, the moves behind it, you know? It's just one of those things where when you see Ren doing stuff like this, it gives you hope. It really does. For real.
But not because I'm a bum, alone and physically done. So thin, so frail, so weak I'd become. And my skin so pale, never kissed by the sun. One time I carved a hole in my chest just to feel. I wish that was a metaphor, the struggle was real. When you're living in the Holocaust, you buckle and kneel. There's relief in the teeth of the kiss of cold steel. Facts. 26, I'm highly medicated and the pain sophisticated while I'm lying broken naked on my back. I bore my microphone until my coffin started dropping. Raw thoughts with the grim reaper knocking on the track. But then my
He's like, I was highly medicated going through it. So at that time, I just got my microphone, started spitting some flows. And at the same time, singing my heart out, singing my feelings out. At the same time, I felt like death was just right on my back, trying to take me. And I was battling with like, you're not going to take me out of fight. I'm going to get this out. It's literally music saving him.
Until my coffin started dropping. Raw thoughts with the grim reaper knocking on the track. But then man, lo and behold, I heard an angel beckon on this treacherous road. Was was a stem cell doctor with a generous glow. In the cell transplant, pulled me out of the cold. And my skin got younger and my body got stronger. And my stomach felt hunger for a door that was closed. And my soul heard music for the first time. Beauty was a word I'd use for this gift of gold. Oh,
see, he just said it right there. The doctor that came in and started treating him and saving his life for the better. And then he's like, then my soul heard the music and I took the music for better. Like it was for the better. So I started using my platform for that. Like you just gotta love that. You just gotta love that for Ren. Appreciate that sub. You just gotta love that for Ren. You really do. Like, I hope this bravery just gets people to do the same, you know?
My body got stronger and my stomach felt hunger for a door that was closed. And my soul heard music for the first time. Beauty was a word I'd use for this gift of gold. Oh Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Make me whole. This music I give you. Pain that I live through.
And then right there is him, you know, whatever belief you have, that's him getting his spiritual side right. He's like, I understand I'm going to have ups and downs. I forgive you. In a sense of saying, thank you still, you know? Like, I love how he's telling a story, but he's showing the both sides.
I use for this gift of gold. Oh Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Make me whole. This music I give you. Pain that I live through. Everything I've been through is yours to hold.
I bet she smiled because that limo coming there wasn't planned. I guarantee that wasn't planned. That was just he kind of looked back like, what the, like, who's pulling up behind me? And then it's a fucking limo. I feel like that was like one of those moments like, what? That's perfect.
Lord, I forgive you. Lord, I forgive you. Make me whole. This music I give you. Pain that I live through. Everything I've been through is yours to hold.
I like that sick boy sweater. Conditions like Lyme disease, ME, MCS, POTS, fibromyalgia, Malaysia, I think I'm saying it right, all receive criminally low attention and funding relative to many other conditions. Victims are usually left to suffer for years without any solid explanation of what is going on and receive very little help to escape a body constantly at war with itself. This can make you feel like giving up, and many times I came close, but I'm so happy I didn't because life is beautiful now. I promise yours can be too. Man, I love this. Excuse me. For those of you still living in the dark, hold on. There will be a day where those conditions are more easily managed. Until that day, I will keep pushing for more exposure, more compassion, and more understanding. We all deserve a life free of suffering where we can find moments of real beauty and peace, even when things seem hopeless. I promise this is still possible. Hope. Y'all, my first time reaction to this is just, I feel nothing but love. Just love and hope. Like, I hope he does what he wants to do. Like, I know it will, because the awareness he's bringing is much needed. It's much needed, because like you said, there's people out there that's going through it and feeling hopeless. And I love music, and I love anything where the music transcends itself and it becomes something different. Like, this is something different because it's about the betterment of humanity, helping someone, telling your story through the platform you have, and letting people know what you've been through And hopefully it reaches that person who's going through something similar or just going through something. And they're like, I'm not the only one. So I don't care what nobody says, how tough you want to act as a human. It sucks feeling hopeless. And even though it sucks that someone else is going through the same thing you're going through, it still feels good to know someone has been through it or went through it, because then it gives you hope. It gives you hope that the grass is greener. And this video shows you the trials and tribulations, the downs at first, but the story was his downs from being diagnosed to going through it. And then right when he started to go with the stem cell doctor, that was the ups. That was the grass is greener on the other side. So to me, this, I call this transcending music. So I hope as a reactor, I could do my part and bring this this awareness to these illnesses that aren't getting any funding. I hope I can. I really do. So if you guys made it this far in your reaction, I really appreciate you guys. I invite you guys to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button. If you haven't, head over to the homie Ren, hit the subscribe button as well. Until next time, you know what time it is. It's your boy LoccdWolf, always forward, never backwards, and delayed does not mean denied. So keep pushing and keep going. Until then, I will see y'all later. The boys out. Peace.